everyone, Dave here, Fit and Healthy Forever. I want to do a short video today on the main supplements you should use. Now, when you're training, if you're serious about your training, I understand that it can be quite expensive if you start buying all the proteins and the pre-workouts and the creatines and things like that. Now, there's only 4 main supplements you need. If you're on a budget, make sure you've got these 4 and your diet's on point, and you don't need to buy all these bits and bobs that people buy, proteins and stuff. The first one you need, this is assuming that your training's good and your diet is on point. What you need first is a very good multivitamin mineral, preferably chelated, which means that it binds to an amino acid and it's absorbed better by the body. It needs to have 100% of everything in it. Now you bear in mind that, for example, 100% of vitamin C is probably 60 milligrams. Now that goes way back to the dark ages where 60 milligrams was enough just to stop you getting scurvy. So that's what these are based on. They are the bare minimum to keep you ticking over. So you must get it from your diet as well. This is why I'm saying your diet needs to be on point. But assuming your diet's on point, these are the 4 main supplements. So you start with your multivitamin and mineral. Make sure you take that 1 a day at least. The next thing is vitamin D3. Now, virtually all the nation is deficient in vitamin D3, mainly because it comes from the sun, and we don't get enough sun in this country. So you need at least 5,000 milligrams, which is equivalent to 5 grams a day. Okay, that's a minimum. They're also saying recently now that the authorities believe that it actually helps with colds and flus and things like that, which I think I've known for a long time, but we're always slow catching up. Most of my research comes from America. They seem to be far ahead of us. Now, if you could get a minimum 15 minutes of sunlight every day, you probably wouldn't need to supplement with this. But in this country we don't. So you do need to supplement. If you're lacking in it, severely lacking in it, it can cause things like adrenal issues, gallbladder issues. It improves the absorption of calcium by 20 times. Okay, now it helps to lower blood pressure, it helps with moods, it helps with asthma, and it supports the immune system in general. So that is a must-have supplement. So as I say, that's number 2. Number 3 is a good fish oil, essential fish oil. Now again, at least 3,000 milligrams or 3 grams of that per day, at least. You need to balance your omega-6s and your omega-3s at a 1-to-1 ratio basically, but you've got to be careful in saying that because a lot of processed foods and your vegetable oils, safflower oil, sunflower oil have all got omega-6s in. Now if the body is over heavy in omega-6s, it can cause inflammation. You need a balance. Now the only way of getting your omega-3s is fatty fish like salmon, cod, sardines, herrings, things like that. If you don't eat a lot of that or you don't like that, you must supplement with it. Okay, so 3,000 milligrams a day. Now, inflammation is the main causes of all major diseases, and I'm going to do a separate video on this because it's quite startling when you look into it. So if you look at your major diseases, anything with itis at the end, I-T-I-S, itis in Latin means inflammation. So you've got arthritis, inflammation of the joints. You've got colitis, inflammation of the colon. You've got hepatitis, inflammation of the liver. Bronchitis is inflammation of the bronchial tubes. You've got appendicitis, which is inflammation of the appendix. Cystitis, inflammation of the bladder. It goes on and on. But itis, anything with itis at the end is a disease that can be caused by inflammation, well, is caused by inflammation in the body. As I say, I'll do a separate video on that because it is quite startling. So you've got your last one now. Oh, by the way, to get your sort of fish oils in as well, try and eat fish twice a week minimum. Okay, as I say, sardines, herrings, cod, salmon, twice a week minimum. If you're not, you must supplement at least 3,000 milligrams. The last one is fibre. Now, I've touched on fibre in a previous video. I don't think people in general realise how important fibre is. If you're not getting between 30 and 40 grams a day, you're shortchanging yourself, especially if you train hard. But the general public in general are shortchanging themselves. It is a necessary, very much a necessary. Go back to a previous video, I'll tell you why. But your main sources are, if you want to supplement it, you can get supplements called inulin or pectin are the main two that I use. And they're quite cheap to buy. They're tasteless. You can put them in smoothies, you can put them in soups, you can blend them into anything, and you can get 10 grams of inulin gives you 8.8 grams of fibre. That's a quarter of your daily intake, quite easily, in like a tablespoonful basically. So make sure you get your fibre in. Trying to get it in the diet, believe me, I do this on a daily basis. Trying to get it in your diet is very, very difficult. You've got to eat piles of veg, salads every single day, not missing a day, every single day. So if you're going to try and do it through your diet, don't have a salad every other day or some veg 2 or 3 times a week and think you're getting it in. You're not. You're far from it. It is very, very difficult. You've got to pay particular attention to your diet on this. So try and supplement and use inulin or pectin. You can get them online, cheap as you like, and as I say, they mix 10 grams mixed into your soups or your stews or your shakes or whatever it is you have, and you don't even taste it. So it's very good. That was all I wanted to cover today, because I feel that I myself, like anyone else, is on a budget when I train. So if you get these 4 things first and then you've got a bit more money to spare, then go and buy your creatines and your proteins and your pre-workouts and things. But don't get them first. You don't need them. If you need a pre-workout to win, to train, you're not motivated enough for me. You need to be able to go in and have a goal, motivate yourself and train hard. So pre-workouts are a nice addition, but they're not the main supplement. Same with the whey protein. If you're getting your proteins through animal sources or dairy sources, you don't need them. They're useful and they're helpful, but they're not a necessity. So take this on board. If you're training on a budget, which most people are, not everyone can afford to splash out on hundreds of pounds a month in supplements, get these 4 basics right, get your diet right, and you will make progress. Okay? Until the next video, stay fit and healthy forever, and as always, like, subscribe and leave any comments you deem necessary. I'd like any comments, I'd like to be constructive, obviously. If there's something you like or don't like, give me a constructive view on it and I will take it on board. So again, thanks for listening. Until the next video, bye.